right, Abby. So breakup breakdown, the highlight. This story going to be jaw-dropping from your podcast.
This is wild. So this woman's husband cheated on her with their doula, and she caught them while they were outside with their kids. So, yep. Dun, dun, dun.
So Abby has a podcast. It's called Breakup Breakdown, and it's all about this right here, like really shady breakups. And she literally will hit up the person in the break. How do you find them? They hit you up?
They hit me up. So I have like a submission form, and it's like a mix of submissions. Like as the podcast has gotten bigger, I get submissions from everywhere. But the premise was a lot of people, kind of like we talked about earlier, where you see somebody post their boyfriend all the time, and it's really cute, and oh my gosh, like Sammy and Joshua, they're so cute together. And then you see them start soft launching the breakup, and people get curious because they're like, wait, Sammy and Joshua posted each other all the time.
What happened?
And so I do the what happened, and I find out what happened. And if it's a good story, they come on and they chat about it. And so I'd gotten this specific submission from TikTok because some woman was doing like a get ready with me, and she was like, get ready with me while I tell you about how I found my husband cheating on me right in front of my kids. And I was like, I'm intrigued. And she didn't give all the details, so I was like, you need to come on my podcast and talk about it. So she had told me she'd actually met this man at church of all places, and they had gotten hitched. Everything was great. Somewhere along the line, she actually meets a friend at the same church. Who would have thought? Great. And so they're actually like mom friends. And I feel like there's a specific bond. Like when you meet another mom and you like click on that level, it's like perfect. Our kids can hang out. We can hang out. All like this is great. And so this friend is over like all the time, kind of to the point where they become family. Like they're hanging out at the house. The kids are over. They're making dinner together. It's wonderful. Well, then at one point, this woman gets pregnant again, and it just so happens this friend is a doula. So not only is she like a close friend, she's heavily invested in like the birth of this child. It's like, was there when the child came into the world.
Doulas are a big deal to the woman who is pregnant and like the bond that they form, because this is a person that's going to help guide you through the birthing process, and you have to have the most utmost trust with this person.
So this is rather than going to a hospital and birthing the baby there, you do it in your house and you bring somebody in to do the whole thing?
I mean, you can do that, but doulas also go to the hospital. Amy Schumer had a doula, and she had to do like an emergency C-section, and the doula was right there by her head the entire time.
Gotcha.
From what I understand, I think doulas help advocate for things that are best for the mom, because you go in, you've never given birth before, you don't know what to do. This doula can kind of help you along that journey. So this person is basically, what I'm trying to say, very ingrained in their lives. So they have the baby, it's great, the friend is still around, and it gets to the point where the relationship starts to change a bit. All of a sudden, the friend is coming over even more, bringing over alcohol, which was a little bit abnormal. They weren't huge drinkers, and they start to get in this weird routine of the friend comes over, brings over the kids, they start drinking alcohol, and you drink too much, you pass out. And then she starts to notice the relationship between the friend and the husband seem a little off. She's like, I feel like something is happening here. She's picking up on those social cues where there's lingering eye contact. They're a little touchy-feely in person. And so one day, while the wife and the husband were getting intimate, she looks at the husband mid-coitus and says, F me like your wife is about to walk in. And I guess he freezes in that moment and is kind of like, it ends, essentially. And so that's when she kind of knows, I think I have some valid proof here. So one day this friend is over, and they were outside at the pool. They were hanging out, and she's rubbing sunscreen all over her husband. And then the friend comes over and says, oh, let me help you with that, and starts getting real handsy with the husband. And now she's like looking at these two, and she's like, I'm right here. Like, I'm this man's wife. So she says, okay, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to go make some chicken nuggets for the kids while they're out having a pool day. And as she's making these chicken nuggets, she hears a little voice in the back of her head say, go look out your bathroom window. And she ignores it. She's like, no. And then she's still making the chicken, and now she's got mac and cheese in the pot. And she goes, I'm going to go look outside the bathroom window. So she goes into the other part of the house. She looks outside the window, and in the kiddie pool, she sees the husband and the friend.
The friend that's the doula?
The doula friend. They are in the kiddie pool, and under the water, there was some hand action happening in the kiddie pool? In the kiddie pool while the kids are running around.
Oh, my God.
So many infractions.
Because I asked her, I'm like, did your kids know what was going on? And she's like, my kids are so young, they have no idea what's happening. But she was like, they were out there in the backyard.
Oh, you're gross.
No
The audacity. And it gets worse, because not only is she watching it going on, she can hear this woman's exclamatory response to what was happening under the water.
Wow.
And so you would think, oh my gosh, that happens. She's going to divorce him. No, she stays with him. And then they go to therapy. She tries to work it out. And then she's like, actually, I don't like this man.
You think?
and so it takes her a little bit of a long time. She does all the things to try and make it work.
And she's definitely not friends with the doula anymore, right?
Definitely not. Definitely not. And yeah, there's more to the story with that relationship because the doula was married. It's a whole thing. But if you want to hear more, it's season 3, episode 10 on my podcast.
And you have a live coming up also, right?
I do have a live. So we're going to be telling these live breakup stories, and there's a brunch involved. If you want tickets, you can check them out. They're linked in my Instagram bio at The Abby Murphy.
The Bert Show.
Hey, did you like what you just watched? Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a nice comment, if you will.